Hey foodies, welcome to CookingShooking. Today in this video we are going to make this soft and juicy Gujia recipe at home. This is sugar syrup dipped Mawa Gujiya recipe. I'm sure you're going to love this one. Let's get cooking. Let's begin the recipe guys. First we are going to heat up a kadhai for roasting our nuts, and that brings the perfect flavor. Here I am heating up a big iron kadhai. You can also use a non-stick kadhai. Just ensure it is thick like this. If it is not thick, then there are high chances that the mawa can burn. So in this hot kadhai, I am going to add about half a tablespoon of ghee. You can also use oil if you want to, but it's festival time guys, a little bit of ghee doesn't hurt. In this we are going to add a small bowl of cashew nuts and almonds. These are kaju and badam, about 5 to 6 tablespoons or so, finely chopped. I am going to add them in along with the coconut. Here I am taking desiccated coconut, which is again about 1 small bowl or about 6 tablespoons. Don't worry guys, I am going to list down all the ingredients down below so you can read that before making the recipe. Now keep the flame medium, continuously roast it for about 3 to 4 minutes. Try to ensure the coconut doesn't burn. It's very easy to burn it, and once it burns, the taste is going to be really weird. As you can see right now, the coconut has started to cook golden and the nuts are also roasted a little bit. Now I'm going to transfer it out to a bowl. These festival recipes are always meant to be made with a lot of time and patience, so I will recommend you to make these recipes in a free day. So after taking out all of the roasted nuts, we are going to add the mawa into it. Here I am taking about 200 grams of grated mawa. Just try to ensure the mawa doesn't have any foreign particles. Many times when we buy the mawa, it is already burnt at a few places. So I will recommend you to buy packaged mawa in this season. Now we are just going to continuously cook it for about 6 to 7 minutes. We just want to ensure there is minimal amount of moisture in the mawa and it is roasted as well. Burning the mawa is very easy guys. You have to ensure that the kadhai that you are using is thick and you continuously stir it. 10 seconds here and there and the mawa can burn. It took me about 6 minutes or so, and now you can see how there is very minimal moisture. It has started to come together again. This is the perfect consistency. If you cook it less, then there are chances that the mawa filling can come out while frying the gujiyas. So I will recommend you to cook till this stage, after which you can take it out in a plate and then you can spread it with your fingers. Spreading it ensures it cools down evenly and fast. You can also make these holes like this with your finger, which ensures there is air circulation happening. Just kidding guys, now what we are going to do is make the dough for the gujiyas while the mawa is cooling down. So here I have a parat or a kneading plate. In this I am going to add the flour or the maida. Here I am taking 2 cups of maida, which is about 250 grams or so. Now what we are going to add is a pinch of salt or namak. It's your call to add it, but what I prefer is if you add a little bit of salt, the flavor of the sugar enhances a lot. So I'm just adding a little bit of salt. Along with that, I'm also going to add a pinch of cardamom powder. This really flavors the dough. If you want to add it, you can add it. Then what we're going to do is mix it up together, make a well in the center, and then we are going to add the ghee to it. Here I am taking melted ghee. I will recommend you to add about 3 tablespoons or so in the first, and then start to combine it together. If required, we will add more ghee. It totally depends upon the flour guys. Now we are going to combine it together and rub it together. Here you can see how we have done the mon, but the problem right now is you will not get very soft gujiyas if you keep it like this. If you want to make very soft gujiyas, then we have to add much more ghee to it. When we add more ghee, then the dough will start to combine together. See right now, when I bring it together and start to press it a little bit, the flour stays in that shape. So the consistency is perfect right now for making the soft gujiyas, and it is crumbling as well. Now what we are going to do is add little water at a time and then make a semi-stiff dough. If you make a very stiff dough, then it will be very difficult to make the gujiyas. So here I am taking little water at a time and then I will make a dough out of this. Now here you can see how the dough has started to combine and it is looking great. What I am going to do now is bring it together even more by kneading it for about 1 or 2 minutes. There, you can see the dough for the gujiyas is ready. It shouldn't be like a naan dough or maybe a bhatura dough. It should be something like this where you will see a lot of cracks and it is not very smooth. We want it to be like this. The dough is ready. Now what I'm going to do is cover this with a damp cloth for about 10 to 15 minutes. So while the dough is resting, we will get back to making the syrup for the gujiyas. Here I'm taking a saucepan. In this I'm going to add 1.5 cups of sugar, which is about 300 grams of sugar, guys. To make the syrup, I will also add about 1 cup of water, which is about 250 ml or so. And to flavor it, you can add some pistachios and some kesar if you want to. Here I have some finely chopped pista. Along with this, I am also going to add a few strands of saffron. Saffron will bring the color, the warm yellow glaze, guys, of the gujia and the flavor as well. Talking about the flavor, I'm also going to add a little bit of cardamom powder to this. And the next goal right now is to keep the flame high, bring this to a boil, after which we will start checking the consistency of this. We don't want to make a thick syrup today, we just want a sticky consistency. If the consistency of the syrup is too thick, then what will happen is that the syrup will not go inside the gujia. We want the filling to get moist after frying it, which can only happen with a moist filling or a syrup like this. So now I'm going to check the consistency of the syrup, guys. What I'm doing right now is taking a little bit of the syrup in a spoon, but don't touch it immediately. Let it cool down for a few seconds. After that you can touch it and then check the consistency. It should be sticky right now. It's not ready yet, so I'm going to cook it for a few more minutes. After that we are going to check it. You can also transfer a few drops of the syrup in a plate. Let it cool down for about 10 seconds. After that check it. There you go, you can see the consistency looks great. Our syrup is ready. Now I'm going to turn off the flame. Actually, I've already turned it off. Now what we are going to do is get back to the mawa filling that we made earlier. We have to bring it together right now, guys. It's not so hot right now. We are going to crumble it and then we are going to mix it with the nuts. I'm also going to add a little bit of cardamom powder to this. The mawa has perfectly cooked and the consistency looks perfect. So as I'm mixing it, I feel I should also add the sugar. So here I'm taking some powdered sugar. You can also use some bura sugar into it right now or some tagar. It's totally your preference. In total, I will take about half a cup to 3/4 cup of powdered sugar. You just have to add it in, mix it together and bring the filling together. You can also add some milk or some ghee right now to it and then you can make a softer filling. But what happens many times is if the filling is very soft and moist, it can come out while frying. So this consistency is perfect. After we fry it, we are anyway going to soak it inside the syrup. That is going to make this even more sweeter and moist. Now, let's check the dough that we made earlier, guys. Here I'm taking the dough consistency looks perfect. So I'm going to divide it into smaller portions. A lemon size ball should be fine, guys. Here you can see I've made the portions out of the dough. Right now these are 10 portions, but with this recipe you will be able to make 15 to 20 gujiyas easily. So now let's take a dough portion and we are going to roll it with a balan. If you are good at rolling, then you can also divide this into 16 or 18 portions and then roll it into 2 or 3 inch diameter, but I'm not so good. So here I'm first rolling it. You can see the thickness of the dough portion that we made. The consistency is nice in the sense the dough is not folding very much, it's not very thin. If the dough portion is thinner than this, then many times it can break while frying. I have experienced that a lot, especially with this kind of gujiya that we are making today. Now what I'm doing is I'm taking a katori, I'm placing it on top of the rolled dough portion. After that I'm going to cut it. I'm doing this because I want to make the gujiyas, all the gujiyas of the same size. So now what we are going to do is take the dough portion in our hand. We are going to spread it out a little bit. After that we are going to take the filling and place it in the center. For making the gujiyas, these ones you can take 1.5 to 2 tablespoons of the filling and then start to pinch the corners to seal it. Today I am not using a mold or a machine to make the gujiyas, I am making it by hand. And that's the art, guys. Here you can see I have started to pinch it together. This is the key step right now. You have to ensure both the corners are well sealed. If it is not well sealed, it can open up while frying. You can also apply a little bit of water in the corners to ensure it doesn't open up while frying. Now, to make the gujia, basically the bangle shape, it's very easy. Pinch it, fold it, pinch it, fold it, and you will get this shape. This shape is also to ensure this doesn't open up while frying. In the end, you can pinch it again, or you can also break the extra dough if you want to. Here our gujia is ready. Let me also show you a few more, and I will also show you one more trick to fold it together. So this is the second type that I was talking about, guys. Here I have applied some water. Now what I'm going to do is take both the corners and then start to pinch it from the corner to the center. This ensures the filling doesn't come out while we are shaping it. Rest of the process is going to be the same. So there you go, guys. I have made all the gujias, in the sense I have shaped everything, and my mom and sister have rolled it together, in the sense they both rolled it, I shaped it. Festival time, you have to come together and make the recipes. Now what we are going to do is fry the gujias. You can also bake them if you want to, and many times you will get a little bit of extra filling. With this recipe also I have made some extra filling. You can use this for many other recipes. Like paratha as well, mawa paratha is going to be perfect. So let's get back to the gujia, guys. Here I have some oil heated up. You can also use ghee for frying the gujias. Here I have the gujias ready, 17 to be precise. Now we are going to fry the gujias. You can also bake them at 220 degrees Celsius until golden, but I prefer to fry them because otherwise they are little bit dry, guys. Now to fry them, you have to keep the flame low at first. After that you can turn it to medium flame. Literally you can see how the flame is very low at first, but I have kept the flame medium. We are going to fry them until they are golden. The step is going to take anywhere between 6 to 12 minutes. You can see how they are puffing up together and they are also ballooning up. Our gujias are getting ready right now. You can see they have started to go golden. And I have also turned the flame to low right now. So these are getting ready, and you can also see the syrup that we made is also cooled down a lot. So what I'm doing right now is I'm heating up a little bit, because if the syrup is too cold, then it will not seep inside the gujias. So the syrup needs to be warm right now. In the sense, when we soak it, the syrup needs to be warm. So after the gujias are light golden, I'm going to take them out, and immediately we are going to transfer it inside the syrup. If you remember my jalebi video, you will know why I am saying that, because soaking inside the syrup is not for the coating, it's for getting the syrup inside the gujia. That can only happen with a stream transfer, and that will only happen when you transfer it quickly inside the syrup. And quickly we are going to coat them from both the sides. For making the gujias soft, I will recommend you to soak them for at least 3 or 4 minutes. Otherwise, you can also take them out after about 1 minute or so. So while the first batch of the gujias are sipping on that syrup, we are also going to fry the second batch of the gujias, but be careful. We don't want to fry them at high flame. The oil is very hot right now. I am adding some more cold oil to the oil. After that, we are going to turn off the flame and we are going to fry it. So basically the flame is off right now and the oil is lukewarm. And you can see right now our gujias have soaked up the syrup and they are looking amazing. I'm going to take them out and place them in a wire mesh or a plate like this one. To garnish it, you can also sprinkle a little bit of pistachios and that will look perfect. So guys, happy Holi to every one of you. Our gujias are ready. They are looking absolutely juicy and amazing and golden as well. Soft as well, slightly crispy but very soft inside. You can see how they are breaking easily, filled with syrup. Enjoy the festive season with food. So guys, that was my recipe for the Holi Special Gujia recipe. Do try it and share with me how it goes for you. Although I have shared a fusion version of Gujia in the past, which was cheesy Gujia, today we made the more authentic style Mawa Gujiya at home. Try it out, share with me how it goes for you. See you soon with one more delicious recipe. Until next time, make sure to click the subscribe button and ring the bell icon beside it so that you don't miss out on upcoming videos. Bye for now, take care, happy cooking.